I'm Brenda, aka Khumphet. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my fungal acne journey. Before we get started with the video, I do want to address the current climate that we are in and with police brutality and Black Lives Matter. And I just want to use this platform to say that I am in support of the movement, and if you would like any information on different organizations and just what the movement is about, I'm going to link some organizations down below, and of course probably some informational sources if you are happy to learn more, as I am always happy to learn more. Please check those out if you're ever interested. I just want to put a disclaimer out there for the video, and that is, one, I do have some before and after photos that I am happy to share. I want to admit that with the after photos, unfortunately, I took them when I did fall off of my routine a little bit. And let me tell you, my skin definitely showed that. I want to iterate that my simple routine that I currently have right now actually did me very well. Especially in the beginning, I noticed a bit of a change to my skin and I really liked it. So I do want to say that yes, the after photos will showcase a slight difference, but I do want to admit that I did do a lot more than what that is showing. Second, my skin is not perfect. You're gonna notice some things such as hyperpigmentation, redness, scars, just a bunch of things on my skin that of course I myself am trying to address as well. I am very much trying to take my skincare routine little by little. So there is going to be some imperfections on my face, unfortunately, but I am going to address those at a later time. I just wanted to deal with the fungal acne first. So the way I did decide to go against this was with considering that it is fungal acne. And what happened was I, a while back, tried a new kind of a new toner, and alongside that I was using my First Aid Beauty Cleanser, which I used for a while. My boyfriend and I, my fiance and I actually, we both started breaking out really badly. I for some reason thought it was the cleanser at first, and you know, I was really confused because I used it before. Why was I breaking out? And then I just decided to cut that off completely, and that didn't do anything for either of us. And a friend of mine who she worked in the skincare section of Sephora, along with she does a bunch of skincare things herself, she actually suggested that the Centella spray that I was using with by CosRx, she suggested that that might have been the reason why we were both breaking out. Because Centella, though it can be useful for other people, she said some people tend to break out from it, and that could be the reason why we were breaking out. So we also cut that completely from our routine, and it worked really well for him. My fiance, his acne no longer was kind of getting inflamed. He was no longer getting all these new bursts of acne. So for me, my skin got a little better, but I was dealing with a bunch of acne here, and a lot of it is here. So because of that situation, I decided to, just kind of start from scratch, work with my routine that I was using before, and just kind of go from there. And unfortunately, the acne still was not budging. At the time, I was using my Claire's cream moisturizer along with the Day Off Clinique gel, oil balm, cleansing balm. So I was using that, which was my old routine, which never really had an issue with, until I posted a picture on my beauty Instagram, and I just was just pulling my hair out and saying, what does anybody have any suggestions to address this, because I cannot get rid of this acne. And that friend, along with a couple of other folks who were very helpful, suggested that they might be fungal acne, and that's where I kind of want to start on how I would deal with the acne. So that's when I decided to go to Xoxo, look into Liah, and kind of see what are the best steps that I can do to address this fungal acne. Before we get into the video, I do want to show the before and after photos of the routine. So this is the before of what I dealt with. The issue was mainly in the forehead area. I did have acne around my mouth, but I also figured that probably was a diet thing as well. But mainly the acne was in my forehead area, and that's what the before photo looks like as well there. And then this is the after photo of a few weeks of using my new routine. So let's get started with the video. Going into the first step of my skincare routine, that is, of course, I am double cleansing, and as I do highly suggest that you double cleanse as well. I used to be skeptical of it for some reason. I had like this kind of thought process of like, well, I have really dry skin, why am I going to just cleanse it again and just take out all the oils? That's just kind of how I viewed it, and that is not the case at all. I'll put an article about double cleansing. I also read a bit more of it from Charlotte Cho's skincare book, and she talked a bit more about double cleansing as well. So I did learn a bit more about it. I had to educate myself, so I am double cleansing. I'm starting with that is the Tea Tree Cleansing Water by Benton. This is actually suggested by Xoxo. They suggested to not use a cleansing balm as that is very heavy for your skin. Not necessarily saying you shouldn't use an oil, because of course this has tea tree leaf oil in it, but it's just too heavy for the skin because Liah along with Xoxo, they state that fungal acne just loves moisture, so you want to avoid putting excess moisture on the skin that is not needed, because that's where the environment for fungal acne likes to live. Liah also suggested no sheet mask, so that whole time I unfortunately was not using sheet mask at the time, which I really miss. I still haven't really gone back into it because I'm a little worried, but I do have, that is suggested to not use a sheet mask. But this is the first step. It's super light. I actually really like this. I ordered a second order at Xoxo and ordered another bottle of this because, as mentioned, I fell off of my skincare routine, and before I try anything new, I just want to make sure that I'm kind of back at a baseline before I try something else. This worked really well. I just put this on a cotton round and kind of just wipe it all over my face. I at first didn't know how to use this. I kind of tried looking for research saying like, do I treat this as my first step like how I would as a cleansing balm? And from what I found online, I believe that's how you want to treat it, and that's what I did with it and didn't have an issue. You can get this at Xoxo. Tea tree apparently is really well with dealing with fungal acne. Going into the next step of my skincare routine, we're going to be using our water-based cleanser, and I'm using the CosRx Low pH Good Morning Gel Cleanser. This is apparently a cult favorite. Everyone said it's a go-to cleanser and things like that. So this is a cleanser I was using at that time. I decided to stick with it because according to Liah, and I kind of agree with her, where she said that especially your water-based cleansers, it doesn't really matter which one you're using, you're gonna wash this off anyway. So I think she words it a lot better in her video. So, but she did explain that she kind of really didn't care about what cleanser you would use to deal with fungal acne. She does have suggestions in her video though, so if you want something specific that she would suggest, that is in her video if you want to check that out. A lot of people like it. When I showed that I bought this, everyone wrote me saying that this is their favorite cleanser almost of all time. Not that I don't like it. It's kind of just a simple cleanser, you know. It's a safe one. It's good for sensitive skin because it kind of really doesn't, you know, it just cleanses. Like, I don't know how to, like, it just, you're not gonna be too worried about what this can do to your skin. I think it's a pretty good cleanser. I would go back to it after, let's say I had a bad experience with another one. Going into my next step to my skincare routine. So I just want to say again, I kept this very simple, and Liah and Xoxo actually do suggest that if you're going to deal with fungal acne, you kind of want to keep it a simple routine. If you are looking for suggestions for essences and serums, because you still want to just use them, Liah does have suggestions on ones that you would like to use in the case that you don't want to let go of that in your skincare routine. I am slowly incorporating serums and essences, so I don't have any to suggest at the moment. That's just kind of where I'm at right now with the skincare routine. Going into the toner, so I am using the Sunjang pH 5.5 Relief Toner, but this is by Etude House, and this was suggested by Liah to deal with fungal acne, and this is actually, you can see it's a full bottle. So this is my second bottle that I purchased for a couple of reasons. Same thing as the Benton, I fell off of the routine a little bit. I kind of want to keep a baseline, so I got another bottle of this. But also, I actually really like this toner. So it's simple, it smells really good. Like I actually really like the smell of this, and it's hydrating. It's a really hydrating toner, and I think that's what Liah, you said about it, where because you know you're trying to kind of watch your moisture content when you're dealing with fungal acne, this is a really good toner to where you don't feel like you're losing out on any moisture, and it keeps your skin pretty hydrated. I actually really like it, and I do think it's a simple hydrating toner, so if you're ever interested in trying it out, I don't think it would hurt to try it. And as you can see, the pH is 5.5, which apparently according to a lot of people that's a good thing. But yes, so this is the toner that I use, and I really like it a lot. Now onto the moisturizer of the skincare routine. I am using the COSRX Green Tea Aqua Soothing Gel Cream. This was suggested by Xoxo, and in their explanation they were saying when you're dealing with fungal acne, you want to, like with the Benton, keep away from the heavy oils. That's just what fungal acne loves. So you want to stay away from that, and usually a gel moisturizer is the way to go. This moisturizer is actually a really good moisturizer. Here's the thing, I don't really like gel moisturizers. Nothing really against them personally, I guess, but I just don't really care for gel moisturizers. I think because in the past I had one and I just felt like it just didn't feel like it was moisturizing my skin. This one, I do admit, I do feel like my skin is moisturized. So it's pretty good. It doesn't leave your skin like sticky and tacky after putting it on. I would continue using this only to kind of help with that baseline skincare routine I'm telling you about. But after that, I kind of want to either branch out maybe to another gel one, or hopefully I can go back to kind of a cream moisturizer. That's just my personal preference. Again, a really good gel moisturizer if you're trying to get into more gel, or if you need a suggestion on which moisturizer you want to use to deal with fungal acne, this is a really good one. And then last but not least in the skincare routine is, of course, sunscreen. So here's the thing, I giggle because I think any true skincare person knows you got to have sunscreen in your routine, right? I am working on it. I always tend to forget putting sunscreen on. I also get just really tired of putting sunscreen on, but I know why you should do it, and I do want to emphasize that and put sunscreen in your skincare. So the one I have is from Thank You Farmer. It's also from Xoxo. This wasn't necessarily suggested by Xoxo or Liah. I just kind of needed an affordable sunscreen that had decent reviews and hoped that it wouldn't affect the fungal acne. So going on to, yes, this one is by Thank You Farmer. It's 50+ SPF, and I actually really like it. I've used it a few times recently because I did just get this like a while back, and I think it's super light, doesn't leave a white cast over your face, and it actually smells fairly good. It has a slight sunscreen smell to it, but other than that, it actually smells pretty darn good. It was in the sensitive skin section of Xoxo, and it had pretty decent reviews, so that's kind of why I went for it, and it was pretty affordable. Alright guys, before you go, I actually want to do a little bit of a plug. I started doing some stickers, and you can also check them out at my stickers Instagram here if you're interested, and I'm actually currently selling them, so if you want to try and give those a look, that'd be great, and I really appreciate it. Ending the video, I do want to just say hopefully this routine helps some of you start off on something really simple to address your fungal acne. I hope this works out well for you, as it actually worked out pretty well for me. I did add a bit of extra things to my routine. I just received them in the mail a couple days ago, so hopefully I can talk about those as well in the future. If you liked the video, please like. If you're looking for more content from me, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!